So firstly, in today's session, we will be covering SonarQube. So first, we will be seeing a little theory about it. So to understand the concept of SonarQube, then we will be moving to the practicals. Okay, SonarQube practicals, and so for this, I will be using AWS instance, AWS EC2 instances. And we can install directly SonarQube, but before that, but I am doing but I will be installing Docker here today. Do you know what is Docker? Any idea? So basically, Docker is a containerization tool. Okay. So let's say if I want to install the SonarQube, right, in direct EC2 instance, so I need to install it with dependencies as well. I need to install the Java. Okay, whatever I require, maybe Java 11. Okay, Java 11 is the dependency for SonarQube to install it. So if we install Docker, right, so without the dependency itself, we can, without installing this, right, the Docker will have some images. Okay, Docker will have the images of SonarQube. So it is it will have some images of different applications. With we need to pull that image into the AWS EC2 instance, and we can run that container. Okay, that is Docker. Let me show you how does it looks like. So this is a Docker hub, similar to the GitHub. Like it looks like. So you can see this is the Docker hub. So these are all different images. Okay, so TensorFlow, this is different image. So these are all different images from, means someone has developed and someone has written a Docker file and they have pushed that into Docker hub. Okay, let's say if you want to develop any application. Okay, you have developed, let's say you have developed a application which has many dependencies to be, some web application you have developed, has many dependencies in it. Okay, not web, so any app you have developed, it have Java 11, or it have some other dependencies, okay, to be installed for it to running your application. Okay, so like that, some other dependencies it have, and you want to be like, you want this to be used by many people, this application. What you can do, you can write a Docker file for this application. You can write a Docker file, and you can create a Docker image. So this image you can push to Docker hub. So from there, anyone can be pulling that image. Anyone can pull that image, and they can use in their laptop, in their systems. So for the only one thing that need to be installed is Docker in their system. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? what is Docker, like that. You understood, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Docker is a platform designed to help developers build, share, and run container applications. We handle the tedious setup. You can focus on the code. So that so this is about Docker. You can read about it here if you want. Okay. Docker is a software platform that allows you to build, test, and deploy applications quickly, right? So if you have the image, right, you don't need to directly, you don't need to download anything there. You can just run that image. So I will show you how easy it is to use Docker. So Docker packages software into standardized units called container. So that have everything the software need to run, including libraries, system tools, code, runtime. So these all it includes. So this image is there, right? It includes all. Let's say I want to uh, OVAS Juice Shop also have run from here only, right? So I have shown you the website, right? OVAS Juice Shop. So this is the image I have pulled. I didn't install the OVAS Juice Shop directly on EC2 instance because I can run it in using the Docker, right? If I want to install it, right, I need to install the Node.js. I need to install some other libraries, means some other dependencies for Juice Shop. That's why. So it saves time and it saves memory and it's easy to use. So using Docker, you can quickly deploy and scale applications into any environment and know your code will run. And like we can check like that. So basically, I think this was implemented for testers when let's say developer has developed an application and that was not working on testers environment due to some dependency issue. So what they can do, they can create an image in their private repository. So this is public repository, right? So companies will also have a private repository where their own applications can be deployed for some time, means pushed in the Docker hub, and from there the testers can take and they can validate the testing. Okay. So this is also yesterday I have in the last class I have taken this OS Juice Shop, right? So from here only I have installed, means I have run the Juice Shop application. So this is Docker. Okay, I hope you are clear with the Docker now. Let's move on to SonarQube. You have any doubts or shall I move to SonarQube?
Yeah, you can. No doubts.
So I will be installing Docker and there I will be running the image of SonarQube. So in the EC2 instance. So before that I will show you. So this we need to discuss in today's class. Like so introduction to SonarQube. So these are the topics that we will be covering. Key features of SonarQube, how SonarQube works, benefits of early stage security in development, then static code analysis. Uh, did we cover this part in last class?
Yes, I guess. Yeah.
I have covered this, right? So here we will be running the scan and all. These
Yeah,
are all
yes, bro.
we have
Yeah,
covered.
we have.
Okay. Then we will install the SonarQube directly. So before that, let us see again this point. Like we require Sonar scanner and SonarQube server. So this SonarQube server I will be installing in AWS instance. Okay. Then this Sonar scanner I will be installing in my machine, my local. Let's say now I am the developer. I have the source code. I will be running the scan from here using the CMD command prompt. I will show you how that will. Now let us launch the SonarQube. So the prerequisite will be, first you need to have the AWS account. Okay, then you can sign into the console. Okay, this is the AWS console. Let me check the bill. Yeah, we can search EC2. Taking very things loading somewhere. So here I will be launching the EC2 instance. So I will give as SonarQube server. SonarQube server as my tag. Then I will use Ubuntu. Here I can select like I will select T2 medium. So it will be charging like it will like 0.049 USD per hour. So it will be get charged. So normal charge is okay, so that you can control, so that's not a problem. So I can use any of the key which is already there. Have already created multiple keys for SonarQube. Let me check which is available for my. So there is SonarQube PEM. So this I will use for now. Here I will select SonarQube PEM, SonarQube key, right? SonarQube key PEM. Yeah. So I have using that now. So SonarQube by default runs on the port 9000. Okay. So that's why we need to enable the port 9000 also. Here we need to go to edit, and here I can give 9000, right? So port is 9000. Okay, CIDR block we can give as a. So basically this is used for using all the uh, sources like that. Like it's a subnetting concept, and here I can give as SonarQube. So any name you can give as a description. Okay, that's it. So basically here what we are doing, we are allowing the ports, which ports need to be allowed. So we have allowed SSH, we have allowed HTTPS, we have allowed HTTP, and custom TCP 9000 port. And here I am giving 20 GB. Okay, now launch. This is running now, SonarQube server. So basically I have installed now an EC2 instance. So this instance I will be like, also we need to use mobile XTerm here. So any terminal you can take, but I am comfortable with mobile XTerm. So if you want to download it, it's easy to download. You can download from the Google. I will show you how to download. So this is the installer that you need to download for mobile XTerm. So it is a terminal. Okay, if you I want to take the SSH, this application, this operating system, right? EC2 instance. So that's why I'm using the mobile extern for taking the SSH. So you can go to here, mobile extern download for Windows 11. So based on your operating system, you can select, go to mobile extern, and you can download this installer edition. Okay. So once you download, you just need to click next, 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 and install that. So you will be able to run. So now for connecting to SSH, we need to copy the IP address first, then give the IP address here. So you can set a Ubuntu as the specific username, and here you can give the private key which you have selected there. So what was the private key? SonarQube -key in downloads. SonarQube. This is Jenkins. This is our key. We'll open this. Click on OK. We'll ask for you accept OK. So it will be importing a SSH key. So now you are logged in into the this AWS instance. Now I will do, I will just install the SonarQube. For that I have the steps. Also whatever I have performed right now, right, in AWS machine, in AWS console also I have the SOP for that. So you can check it out. For SonarQube you need to scroll down. So first one I have given SOP for Jenkins here. So Jenkins we will see later after this after the SonarQube. But for now, let us see the SonarQube downloads. So you can first upgrade, update, and upgrade. So I will do both of them at a time. Sudo apt update. So if you want to install any application, right, or anything, any package, so for before that you need to update all your packages and also upgrade your packages. F1Y. Okay. Sorry, I have given the wrong here. So it is just updated. So I have given upgrade spelling wrong, so that's why it didn't get upgrade. Just a minute, I will just validate it. So once you upgrade that, you can install the Docker now. So this is the Docker command for installing the Docker. This is the command to install Docker, but if you want, you can also just type Docker like that in here. So it will throw you the command as well. You can see this is the command docker.io. So but I have already copied that. So -y is to whenever it asks for consent, right, yes or no. For that I am giving yes. So that's why I'm using the -y. Now we have installed the Docker. So after installing the Docker, so for running the SonarQube, we require a normal user. For that I am creating a user mod. So one normal user, that is Ubuntu name. So that's it, is it done. Then we can just regroup the Docker. So it will create a group for that Ubuntu also, Ubuntu user. Then you just follow the steps as it is. Then you can enable this docker.sock. So docker.sock is the file, so which need to be like given some permissions, like you need to give the all permissions for it, because it will be connecting or it will be communicating with the Docker hub. So this component, that's why I'm giving all permission to this. So chmod is used for the giving the permissions. Okay, changing the permission, basically changing modification. So like that, change mod, this is known as chmod. So here I'm giving 777. 77 is nothing but giving all permissions. Read is for 7, write for 7, and execute 7. So for all I'm giving the permission for this file. I'm giving the path and the file. Okay, then I can restart the Docker. So this is the command, sudo systemctl. So systemctl is a service that is used to run any kind of a application. Okay, any kind of application, any kind of a tool. So for that, if you want to start any, or if you want to restart, if you want to check the status, you need to use the systemctl. Let's say I want to check the status now of Docker. So I will just tell this. So you can see it is active and running. Okay, Docker is active and running. So our Docker installation is completed now. Now what I will do, I will run the SonarQube now. So this is the command that used for running the SonarQube. So docker hyphen, so docker run. So this is the basic command, and -d detachable mode. So I want to run it in detachable mode. Then I am giving a name as Sonar, and port is 9000. So that we have already declared right there. So SonarQube runs on the port 9000, and this is the LTS community. So this is the version of the SonarQube that we are using, latest or stable version. So I have shown you in the Docker hub, right? Let's say I want to, so I'm just running this first. So it will download all the required files from the SonarQube. Means it is downloading the image, basically SonarQube image. I think it's getting opening. Let's see. So unable to find the image. So first what it will do, it will check that whether the Docker have the images or not. So Docker images, if you just type sudo Docker image, right, images, so you will now found the image, SonarQube image that is running. Okay, so firstly it will check whether the image is present or not in the locally. So it is not present because I didn't pull the image first. I directly run the image. So that's why what it will do, it will pull the image first, then it will run the image. Okay, now it's now running. I will go to here. I will take the IP address, control D, and what port we have seen, 9000. So my SonarQube server is getting ready. So by default the password will be admin and admin, credentials will be admin and admin. So then you can change it later. Okay, here it will ask for the old password and new password that you want to give. So I'm setting some password. Just update that. It's now saved, not required. So this is the SonarQube server. Here we will be having the projects. We can create it manually, and we can use from Azure DevOps. Means if you want to integrate Azure DevOps, right, that also you can do here. You can configure the Azure DevOps server here, and you can configure Bitbucket. So Bitbucket is like it is also a kind of version control system. Okay, not version control. Basically, it is like a GitHub. Okay, it will also have some code kind of thing. Then here there is a cloud platform also, Bitbucket. Here we have GitHub, here we have GitLab. So you can configure from any of here, or else you can use the manual approach. So you can create that, create the project display name, project key, and give the branch name here. Okay, we will see that later. Then comes the issues. So here you can find the issues related to the project. So whatever project you will be running the scan on, right? So on that you can find the issues. So let it be closed. Okay, so here we will be having different types of bugs or issues, different types of issues that SonarQube finds, like bugs, vulnerability, code smells. So these three it finds. Okay, SonarQube. So bug is related to some unusual behavior of the application. So vulnerability is security vulnerability. Okay, it can be anything. It will be popped up like it's a vulnerability. It will like run the scan on the code, and it will find, it will flag as a vulnerability. Then code smell, so which may lead to kind of one in future it may lead to the vulnerability or like that. Do we have the notes here? Okay, so this is the scope and all. Like here you can see the severity also. If it is a blocker, so definitely we need to immediately report to that development team. Means entire report we will be giving to the team, but so blocker should not be there, critical should not be there. So if it is a major or minor or informational, so that's okay. So this we can pass out. Means this they can work on later, but these two should be worked first. By these two will be remediated first, basically. Okay, the resolution, status, open, closed, or confirmed. So these are all the security Sonar source. Like, oh, it takes the OWASP top 10, 2021, 2017, SANS top 25, and CWE. So it considers for validating the vulnerabilities. Okay, and here these are the rules that it uses to validate the code. Okay, you can see. So if it finds any kind of these patterns, right, in the code, this is the non-compliant code. Non-compliant means it is not following the proper security guidelines. So if any code is having these kind of issues, right, it will flag as a vulnerability. Okay, important should not be used as keyframes. Here important is used as a keyframe here. So that should not be done. So what is the compliant code? This is the compliance code. Means what is the proper code or secure code? So that is this. So like that, it has many rules here. You can check it out how many languages are there. So for every technology it has some rules. So these rules only it will be utilizing for validating the code. So what is the SonarQube basically is doing? It's running the SonarQube scan on the whatever the source code which is present. So here now what we did, so we have did installation of our SonarQube server. Okay, that is this. Okay, now we require the SonarQube scanner, this one. So this we can download in our local machine, so that I will show you. Then we have also quality profiles, like you can set any, by default it is Sonar way. So you can see it will have these many like bugs to be detected, like it will use this policy to run this scan. Okay, policy means it should have some kind of a policy, right? Like it should not take directly entire rules or like that. So it should have some kind of a profiles. So this profile it will be using, or any profile related. If it is a Java, it will take Java profile, Sonar way built-in. So these are all by default profiles. Okay, quality profiles means it will take this as a threshold. Okay, to give the rating to the code, like that. Then quality gates, so it should, if it, like quality gate is used for like whether we need to pass the code, means pass the scan, or whether we need to fail the scan. For that it has some kind of like rules, like coverage is should be less than 80%, should be at least greater than 80%, means it should be till 80%, you can say. So the code scan will be there, right? It should cover at least 80%. Then duplicate lines, it should not have any, it should only have like less than 3%, or like that. Greater than 3% it should not be the have. Actually it is contradicting, means it is like giving some statements like above 3% for duplicated lines, so it will give as a one, it will give as a failed scan. So like that. So it has some maintainability rating, reliability rating, so no bugs. So if it is having no bugs, like that, it will give some rating. Security hotspots 100%, so it should review its security hotspot 100%. So this you will be seeing, understand when we run a scan once. For now, let me install the SonarQube scanner, so that we can install Sonar source, SonarQube, or you can directly search here SonarQube scanner, download. So it will take towards to SonarQube documents, or Sonar scanner, Sonar source, wherever you can click it. So this is SonarQube server. Basically we don't require this, we require SonarQube scanner. Where is this scanner? Yeah, CLI, scanner CLI. Okay, so here you can download the Sonar scanner. Where is that? Yeah, from here you can just download the Sonar scanner, whichever you want to download. So we, for Windows 64, so you can download this one. If you click on this, right, so go to downloads. So this I'm pausing this. So this will get download here, but before that, actually I have already downloaded it. I will show you. So this is that. So after extraction I got this file. So before that, it's a file look like this. So here you can see Sonar scanner CLI 6.2146. so this is the Windows 64-bit installer. So you just need to unzip this or extract that in this location or anywhere if you want to unzip it. Then click on here. So this is our files, and just see here in the conf you will be having the Sonar property. So this is the main file that we need to edit for each project. But before that, I will show you one more thing. In bin folder we need to paste our source code. So here I have already pasted the juice shop master. So this is source code, whatever I need to run the scan on. So this source code from where I have taken is like from GitHub. So I have the GitHub, right? So in the GitHub, I have downloaded the zip file. So here I have like so web juice shop. So this is the source code repository, and this is the source code. And what I did, I just clicked on code. From here, I can just click on download zip file, and I have unzipped that, and I have pasted that zip file here. Means I have pasted the unzipped file here. Okay, this is my source code now. That source code should be in the bin folder. You remember that. And here there will be two types of scanner. One is debug scanner, another is normal scanner. So let me open the properties file. So this is my properties file. So here I need to give project key. Okay, so there are some mandatory things that we need to give. Project key and URL of the SonarQube server, and where are the SonarQube sources. So basically this is in bin folder only, right? So I'm giving the dot is current directory, means in that folder only, in the bin folder, wherever I am running the scan, there itself the source code is there. And here we need to give the one key. So this is basically private key or project key. So I will show you key, or what we can say. First I will create a project and I will show you. So I will create the display name as OVAS Juice Shop. The key will be also the same thing. Okay, I'm setting here as main branch. So this key I will copy and I will give it here. Control V, then setup. Okay, once this is done, click on locally. So once you click on locally, here it will ask for generating the token. Yeah, it's a token. It's not a key, or it is named as a token. So analyze. So the token name is, I'm giving this, and it expires on 30 days. Here I will generate the key now. Means I will generate the token. I will copy this and I will paste this here. Control V. Okay. This is our now sonar.login. So in that field you need to give the token. I have given that as well. So that's it from here. So what I will do now, I will go to, let us save this first. But before that we need to also change this URL, right? Copy, paste. Okay, that's it. Now let me save this. I will close this. Let me go to the debug or scan Sonar scanner, please. Okay, from here what I need to do, I need to copy this path now, this bin path, and what I will copy this and I will open the command prompt, or else you can do, what we can do, you can just remove this. You can type here cmd. Okay, the command prompt will open from here itself. So now what we need to do, we just need to run this scanner. How we can do, just type sonar hyphen scanner. You need to just load that, then type, click on enter. So now it is doing static code analysis or static application security testing. You can see by using the rules, it is taking it will run the scan on the source code whatever we have given. If you want to validate that, you can just go to projects. Here you can see the project is created already. So this we have already, this only we have created, right? Let us see if it is having any issues. Project's main branch is not analyzed yet. Okay, let us see. So can you, like, firstly what we did, what was the first step? We have installed the, we have launched the AWS instance, right? Launch AWS EC2 instance. Then we have downloaded, means we have installed Docker. Then we have run the SonarQube. What is that? SonarQube server. SonarQube image, you can see. Then we have, then we created, when we downloaded or installed a Sonar scanner on local machine. SonarQube scanner or Sonar scanner on local machine. So there we have changed the property files and all. So it is still running the scan. 897 files indexed. Okay. So then we have changed the properties file, Sonar properties file. What are the requirements in that? We require project key. We require sources, and we require sources token and SonarQube URL, server URL. Okay. So where this Sonar properties file are there? In conf folder, configuration folder. Then in bin, we will have the source code and we will have the scanners. From here we need to take the cmd and execute scanner file. So that's it, it will run this, it will start the scan. SonarV, so it is using CSS SonarV, JS SonarV, JSON, Python, TS, whatever are present in the code, right? Source code, whatever languages it will be using. zero vulnerabilities, zero
Yes.
output,